This is Stacey Eldridge. Welcome to Captivated. This world vies for our attention in 1,000 different ways. But the most important thing, the preeminent thing, the essential thing, is to give our attention to Jesus. Hello, friends. Stacey here. 10 days before Christmas. I pray that you are well today and that our podcast that we're doing just brings encouragement and hope and some perspective to your life, your heart, your season. And to begin, just to remind you that you are the one he came for. You are the one that the great invasion of heaven came for. You are the one that our Jesus laid down his glory and in utter humility took on our humanity to live, to die, to rise again, and to ascend, to save us, to save you. This is utterly good news. And so, yes, this is a season of joy. I love Christmas time. I love twinkle lights. So may you be blessed today and this whole season long. Today in the studio with me is Stacey Burton, and I'm so glad. Hello, Stacey.
Hi, Stacey. It's the Stacey hour.
It is. It's Stacey squared.
Yes, but it's not going to be an hour.
Oh, don't worry. Don't panic. But usually I'm seeing Stacey behind this glass window. As you know, she's the producer of this podcast, and I just love getting to share life with her. So I said, come talk with me about this. So today, you guys, I'm actually borrowing from Nancy Carmichael's podcast that she does called The Isle of Misfits. She did a podcast with me a few months ago, and it's called Owning Your Awkward. And it was beautiful, and she's a beautiful lover of God. Well, she does a little thing on her podcast that I'm going to borrow from. She starts with what she calls a stupid game.
Oh, good. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, and you're playing it.
Okay. I just volunteered for that.
Surprise. So this is called This or That.
Oh, okay.
Just right off the top of your head, okay?
Okay.
Sugar or gingerbread?
Huh?
I'm talking cookies here, darling.
Oh,
sugar or gingerbread?
Sugar.
Okay. It's a Wonderful Life or A Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story.
Open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. With one on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Christmas music before Thanksgiving or after?
After.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Eggnog, yes or no?
No.
No.
I'm enjoying it a little more. I always take a few sips and then I'm like,
Take a few sips. No. Spiked or not spiked?
Spiked might help, but,
but
I never make it that far.
Okay, white lights or colored lights?
White.
I was going to think you were going to say colored.
Yeah?
Yes. You have so much color.
We have one of those trees that you can choose either.
Oh,
lights.
That's nice.
Yeah. And my family's all about the color, so.
So does
I've
it switch
surrendered.
back and forth? Oh, so you have color.
We have color.
There
now.
you go.
Trying to add more color to my life.
I got it.
I also like vanilla ice cream. So.
I know you can't go wrong as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Christmas tradition during this season?
I have a few.
Yes.
The first one that's coming to mind is there's this German restaurant in town.
Edelweiss?
Edelweiss, yes. And I've been going there since I was a little girl with my German grandparents.
Oh.
They're both from Germany. And now my parents have carried that tradition on with my family, my children. And just something we really look forward to.
And it's decorated.
Oh my gosh.
Like crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Fun.
There's so much in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What else?
So where I live, we have this big star on our hill.
Oh.
And the Saturday after Thanksgiving, they light it up. And Santa comes and the fire station has chili and cinnamon rolls. And
What?
yeah, it's just such a small town thing. Really fun to have the
Oh.
star lighting, the
Oh, I
night of the
love
star
that.
lighting.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I have a couple as well. We celebrate Advent, and so
Yes.
yeah, so we have our Advent wreath, and we say our evening prayers
Mm.
around that. And when the kids were little, whoever got to light the candle, which was a thrill, right? The match. Um,
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, we'd pray, but then they got to pick 3 Christmas songs. So singing around is just such a beautiful memory, and when they're over, we do it. It's a little sad when it's just John and I, which it is now, like, "Okay, let's a rousing
Do you still
chorus."
fight over the match?
Well, I kinda really like lighting the candles,
Yeah,
but
no
I do
doubt.
give him his turn,
Okay.
and we still sing,
Oh, I love
and
it.
yeah, it's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
And then our Christmas Eve as well, we celebrate with 1 present,
Mhm.
and it's really different now that it's just John and I at home.
Yeah.
So last year was our first Christmas that it was just John and I,
Okay.
because usually somebody's in home because we take turns. Our children visit their in-laws, either Thanksgiving or Christmas,
Yeah.
so we switch back and forth. This is our year to have Christmas, and I'm looking forward to it and praying for health.
Truly.
Man. Yeah, this has been a season. I bet it has for you too, listeners. There's just a lot going
Yeah, there
around.
is a lot going around.
Yeah. So health, but even in the midst of it, beauty,
Mhm.
perspective. So that's actually what I really want to talk about, Stace, is, and again, I'm borrowing, thank you, Nancy, from her podcast, that we talk about what are you bringing into the new year?
Mm.
Like, what are you bringing?
Yeah.
What's God saying? Do you have
What's
a
your word?
word? Do you
Mhm.
have a scripture? And that's beautiful, and I love that.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
Mhm.
So my question is, what are you bringing into this season? Not what are the takeaways from the year, but what are you bringing
Right.
in?
As you enter into.
Yes, we've had Thanksgiving. We are smack dab in the middle of the Christmas season. I have some answers because I've thought about the question, which I'm
Yeah.
throwing your way. But what, Stace? What are you bringing in to this Christmas season?
I think that is such a fantastic question. And I feel like my quick initial response is bracing myself
Uh huh.
and
Yep.
some resignation.
Oh, tell us about that.
Um I say that because I really feel it inside of me when
Mm, mm.
I think the holidays, there's so much goodness and the lights and the beauty and the traditions. And then there's also so much hard with family and my expectations not fulfilling. So I think there's such a historical pattern of disappointment the day after Christmas because there's so much leading up to it, so much
Right.
good, so much excitement.
Yeah.
It's also a bit chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the letdown after Christmas. So I think internally, after 47 years of it, there is just my body, it braces a little bit.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think any hint of resignation is just self protection of, yes, be excited, but be careful.
Right. Don't put all your hopes in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's wisdom to that too, because when you have so many expectations, especially of other people,
Uh huh.
of course there's going to be
Okay. Of other
disappointment.
people.
Oh, family.
Hmm.
Um, can my husband show up at my parents' house and actually enjoy it?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. All the dynamics
The dynamics, yeah.
that you have no control over, but you do have a history.
I do have a history. Yeah, so
That is so relatable. So relatable and so understandable. It can be a really mixed bag. And for a lot of people, one of the hardest seasons of the year.
yeah.
It's not the Hallmark card. It's not the Norman Rockwell picture. And yet we have longings, which are
Right.
valid and real, and desires that are good to acknowledge.
Right. And it is such a fun and beautiful time of year. I kind of get frustrated. I'm like, why does it have to be that hard?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what God has been.
Yeah.
And this is new. So this feels really good. And I pray that it deepens in my heart. But last July, we were hosting our family and extended family, a large group of people coming at the same time. And sometimes I don't handle those situations as well as I want to. I am, like you said, braced.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be amazing and there to be laughter and connection and good food and to have a fire outside and talk and just for that, yes, that intimacy,
Yeah.
those longings for intimacy, connection, adventure, beauty, all God-given desires planted in our hearts at our creation are really good. But we also have a track history
Hmm.
of not. And the pressure for it to be amazing, I put on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wear it
Hmm.
because I am aware of my own failures and weaknesses. And I also am aware that my longings are so high that if it doesn't happen or there's a little tension, then I own it.
Yeah.
And also I can get stressed. Let me just say that too. Like with a lot of chaos going on.
Well, and especially if you're hosting,
Yeah, you're hosting.
if you're trying to create.
Yes. And here's what God said. He said, Stace, the pressure is off.
Mm.
And it was one
Yeah.
of those times that when, those times when he speaks and you get it,
Yeah.
it penetrated my heart. It penetrated more than just the pressure being off to create an amazing opportunity of connection and joy for everybody coming. But the pressure was off of me. And he said this, he put words to it, to earn a place at the table.
Tell me more about that.
Well, this is rooted. This is historical. This is going back to, am I welcome at the table?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. And are you going to be acknowledged? Are you going to be, in my family, in my story growing up, I was the one that was just the straw that broke my mom's back.
Yeah.
It was just too much. So my requirements on me that I absorbed was to need nothing.
Mm.
And I think I brought that in. Like I have to need nothing, but I really want to be there. So what do you do? What little dance do you have to do? What juggling do you have to do? What kind of personality? Or you make the food that every single person likes.
10
Yes,
types of potatoes.
right. So that you have a right to be there. And he was just
Yeah.
saying, Stacey, the pressure is off. You have a right to be at the table because of me.
Wow.
Because I chose you and I love you and you don't have to be amazing because I am.
Wow. What words of mercy.
It was such mercy. And I just felt my heart go, what? I felt like 100-pound weight came off of
Truly.
me.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah. And I didn't even realize how I was, I can say it this way, even trying to wear the crown in my family, like
Yeah.
versus not Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this. And yeah, I do want to love well. But actually, what I want to do is love perfectly. I want to respond with such kindness and wisdom to every email.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to answer a text
Hmm.
quickly and in a way that ministers to their hearts.
It is a lot of pressure. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling I'm feeling down because I'm not able to provide that for people right now. And it's really affecting my soul.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So this was what happened in July. And I'm having to go back to my journal and reread this
Yeah.
a lot. Because the whole prayer that we're all familiar with of I give everyone
Yeah.
and everything to you, just to have that sink deeper and deeper. It's in order to have you, God.
Mhm.
And you want that for others. I can't do it. I want to do it. I
Right.
sure want it done, but just to take the pressure off So here's what I'm bringing in to this season. Oh my gosh, the freedom of the pressure being off.
Yeah.
Stacey, I don't know if the listeners can relate to this, but I long for beautiful moments of connection. I long for transcendent moments that I imagine the lights are dim, the twinkle lights are on the tree, the
Yes.
snow begins to softly fall, and we all sing Christmas carols, probably by holding hands. Just and the smell of warm apple cider wafting through the house. Like, just like we touch eternity, we touch glory, we
Yes.
get sips of it. And I actually don't think that's wrong to long for. I want to set a table in my home and in my relationships that make it available for Christ to come.
Yeah.
But I cannot arrange for transcendent moments. Somebody might be sick.
Right.
Somebody might say something snarky to their brother and they got to go work that out. Just the pressure to have the amazing meal and for the silent night, holy night, just for it to be perfect. And I really tried to get the perfect gifts that conveys that I've been seeing them, that I notice, and that the place that they hold in my heart, and that just, oh my
It is so much.
goodness.
I try to, well, I haven't the past 2 years, but get all my Christmas shopping done by Thanksgiving
Wow.
because it is so much pressure.
Yeah.
So I spend the year like, I see you like that. And sweet Riley, my daughter, I bought her something in July one year, gave it to her at Christmas, and she's like 10. She's like, that was 6 months ago.
Oh.
I don't really want that anymore.
Oh, shoot.
But my point is the
Yeah.
pressure of finding the perfect gift.
Yes.
And it's so on top of my mind that I think about it all year.
And then let that pressure be off. Like, yes, you want to give lovely
Yeah.
gifts, but what people want is to know that you love them.
Yeah.
And yes, a lovely gift that says you've been paying attention does help to convey that. But you
Right.
know this, that the best gift that you can give people is your attention.
Right. Yeah. And if it's out of good intention,
Yes.
trust that.
Yeah. For me, it's huge to recognize, and I'm 63, so I've got some years under my belt here, that I know you're laughing at me. So many people, you're all so much further ahead of me on this. But to just take the pressure off. And here's the other thing. We've got littles now. We have our grandchildren.
Yes.
And it's chaos, man. I mean, they literally ride their tricycles around
Yeah.
in our kitchen and bump into stuff. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful chaos. So just in my own heart to go, that's what it's going to be.
Right.
It's going to be noisy and chaos. And then let there be the freedom for that.
Yeah.
We used to play games as a family, like sit down on the floor, card games, and things. We cannot do that anymore.
Oh, because
Yeah.
they get trampled.
They get trampled and they need attention. And it's really all about them now, which is beautiful and right.
Yeah.
But
And
to
that's
let-
where,
Yeah.
sorry, the attention is so important
Yes.
and meaningful.
Yeah. So along with bringing into this season the pressure being off, which is really actually something I have to fight for,
Yeah.
struggle with, because I still want it to be stunning,
Right.
is the posture of rest,
Mm.
which is where I think we're supposed to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you said the word silent night, holy night, the word shalom,
Yes.
peace for silent, like, yes, rest.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Rest in
What more do you
him.
need?
Right?
Yeah.
So I used to try to win my way into making it amazing by literally baking 8 different kinds of cookies
Yeah.
and having an incredible cookie platter, because that's what my mom did,
Right. And it was a fun tradition.
It was a fun tradition, but in my house, she'd make the cookies, but you weren't actually allowed to eat
Yeah.
them.
Oh.
So, and then my mom would be overwhelmed and end up being in the kitchen when everybody else was not in the kitchen. And I noticed in my 40s, like, oh, I'm absorbing that
Yeah.
tradition too. And that is not what they want. They want me to be in the midst of it. So in order to do that, I need a posture of rest.
Right.
And the whole thing that Jesus says, come to me and I will give you rest. And we rest in his presence. We rest when we're gazing at him.
Yeah.
So that, and then here's the thing, what I bring to my family, I don't put pressure on them to be amazing and give me the perfect gift, you know?
Yeah.
We draw names now, but it's just take the pressure
Yeah.
off.
I remember when I was first married, probably the first 5 years, I hated doing the Christmas cards because wanting to be, like you're saying, a thoughtful message to everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
And oh gosh, your hand would get
Yeah.
tired writing.
And Eric was just like, why don't you not send Christmas cards? And I was like, what? That's so risky. But my point is like,
Yes.
if it's not fun,
here's the thing. If God's not in it,
if God is not in
then
it,
you don't want to do
yeah.
it. And
Right.
maybe he's in baking a different kinds
Yeah.
of Christmas.
If that brings you joy,
Yeah, and giving them to neighbors
yeah.
or, you know, but not doing them.
You can give them to me. I'll take them.
Right? Not having to do it because you think you should.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Eyes on God.
Yeah, eyes on God. And he wants to be in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to go back to the pressure that I put on other people. Growing up, we dressed for Christmas Eve and we dressed for Christmas morning.
I can't imagine.
We were not a jammy family.
Oh.
Yeah, no, and you put on your Sunday best. So for my family, I didn't do that to them for Christmas morning, but I sure did it for Christmas Eve and for Thanksgiving. And last year we had them for Thanksgiving, and my son Luke came in. He was wearing nice dark jeans and a button-down shirt, and he asked me with a little bit of trepidation, do I look nice enough? I know. You look so nice. You look so great. And then I was sitting down and I said, Luke, I am sorry. I've put a lot of pressure on you and the others to look a certain way on Thanksgiving. And he paused and was silent, which is never a good sign. And then he said, thanks, Mom.
No.
So I'm learning.
Yeah. As we are.
Yeah. So in the midst of this desire for transcendence, this desire for beauty, this desire for family, when we may have none of those things, how do we find God? What do you want to ask God for, Stacey?
As I mentioned, coming into the season, I feel like I'm bracing myself and a little resigned. What do I need from God to step forward in joy? Because I do love December. I love the leading up. My role that I've taken on growing up and into today is peacemaker. And making sure everyone's in harmony. And so, yes, definitely the prayer of I give everything and everyone to you, God, because I can't control how people get along or don't get along. I can't control the circumstances. So I do need to step deep in God for his favor of helping me to release people this season. I only have control over myself, not of any situation. So, and in that, I'm asking him for gratitude for what I have as it is, for people who they are as they are, situations as they are, and what's going to unfold throughout the season, just to help me find gratitude for the circumstance, even though it's not the idyllic.
It's not a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, it's not a Hallmark movie. So.
Wow, that is really good.
Jesus, come.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hate that it's so hard.
The hard part is
that I have to be so
intentional.
Thank you. Yes. I was going to say on my knees.
Oh, that's better.
And being filled with God. But that should be my everyday practice anyway, because it's not just December. It's January, February, March, April.
Yeah, but harder times.
Yeah, because emotions are high.
Yes.
Emotions are high in December.
Yeah. And I think part of the pressure is not just internal, but for everyone. And that's part of the sorrow of it.
Mm-hmm.
You want the Hallmark movie.
Yeah. I wonder if society has given us, in many ways, all the Hallmark movies. That's what it should be. And the disappointment of what is not.
Yeah, right. To invite God into the
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah. And it's good. And it is
Yes.
actually what is true.
Yeah, and to find the gifts of what he is giving.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
They say that the anticipation of an event, a holiday, a vacation is about 80% of the joy. So that's why we don't do Christmas music till after Thanksgiving
Yeah.
either. But
Yeah.
but actually this year we turned it on during the evening meal. Like I'm ready. Not just I need a little Christmas right this very minute, but I
Right.
need Jesus.
Right.
And then for him to catch our hearts. For some of us, it's Christmas morning if you do Christmas Eve. Some of
Yeah.
us it's Christmas afternoon, and some it's the day after.
Yeah.
I have a friend who takes down every decoration that she has on the 26th.
Yeah. I mean,
I leave it up to Epiphany.
I hang it on as long as possible.
Yes. But I do find in my humanity that I immediately start going, what's next?
Right.
How can we make Valentine's Day really cute in our house?
Yeah, exactly.
So mercy in that.
This might sound like a bit of a tangent, but I
Uh-huh.
do have a.
Oh, good.
My son is a freshman in college, and I was just talking to him about how he's doing. Is he making friends? Is he feeling lonely? This was about 6 weeks into the semester.
Uh-huh.
And he said that his first few weeks were really lonely. He found himself sitting in his room quite a bit, really uncomfortable about not being out with people.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, God drew him to this parking garage, and he went up to the top level. Nobody was there, and he was just looking out into the town. And a realization from God speaking to him that he's feeling lonely because he feels like he should be out with people.
Ah, the shoulds.
The shoulds. So I'm relating that to December. I should be super intentional with everyone, speaking wisdom and, changing their lives and the transcendent moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of the shoulds and instead, what does God have for you? And it's okay that it's not the Hallmark movie.
Boom.
Yeah.
Mic drop. That's it.
Yeah.
We want Jesus. We want what he's doing. We want what he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And my prayer for this Christmas season is that he would reveal himself in new ways.
Yes.
Ways that I didn't see him before.
Mm-hmm.
He can always do that, but that's a prayer for right now.
Yeah.
So you guys listening, wherever you are at, filled with hope and delight or filled with dread, bracing yourself or looking forward with great anticipation, Jesus is with you.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be our first love. He wants to reveal himself as that to us. So that is my prayer for you.
Yes.
That this is a season, like Stacey was saying, of gratitude, of remembering what our God did for us and that what he's doing still, moving in our behalf. Stacey, would you pray? Would you pray for
I would love to.
Oh, good.
Jesus, Father, Spirit, we just thank you for what this time of year means, for your love and your sacrifice and your coming for us, God. I just pray mercy and favor over everyone listening today, that you guide us into special moments with you, and you guide us into what is true about ourselves and our lives. And I just pray for mercy and hope and so much joy, so much joy. May we have the eyes to see what you have set before us. And in any, I'm thinking too hard. Jesus. Sorry, Stace.
No, you're good. You're so good.
It's the pressure of praying perfectly.
Yeah, we'll take that off.
Yes. And in every moment, God, that we just hear your words, that the pressure's off because we are invited into your arms, into resting in you and what you have for us in every moment. We thank you for your love. We thank you for loving us first.
Mm,
We love you, God.
we do.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, friends, be blessed today. May this be a day where Jesus reveals to you again that he is captivated by you. Till next time.